Hope here, making my little first YouTube video, and what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be doing some bow shooting in the backyard. But the purpose of this is combat mindset, and you'll hear me say it a lot throughout the video. I just want to focus on combat mindset. Today I'm going to be shooting with a recurve bow. It's a kind of like a 1970s or 80s model, very vintage kind of. I got it from my brother. And then if you see the string, it's 550 cord. Couldn't find my bowstring, such as life with the kids and stuff. So I couldn't find my bowstring, but for you military folks, you know that 550 cord is a beautiful thing. Adapt and overcome. So that goes back to that combat mindset we're going to be talking about. Adapt and overcome. Let's talk about the arrows real quick. Alright, I got 10 arrows. That way I can kind of percentage-wise, shots and hits, I can kind of know what I'm working with percentage-wise. We're going to use 10 arrows, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, 10 arrows, and then you'll notice, let's talk about the tips real quick. They're all filled tips, but they're different sizes, shapes, different weights. Alright, and then look at our fletchings right here. Okay, we got one that's kind of a mock wood with simulating real feathers. And then we got this guy. It's a little bit bigger fletchings, still carbon. We got this one, missing a fletching, smaller knot, still carbon, shorter arrow. Alright, and then these, the other 7. Alright, these are the most similar, same fletching style. Alright, so the purpose of me showing you that was to show that in combat sometimes you got a lot of variables. You got a lot of things that are working against you, a lot of unknowns, different arrows gonna fly different, whatever. And then my bow, it's kind of got a bend in it right here where the fiberglass is warped. And I'm shooting with 550 cord, all things to consider. Let's talk about the target real quick. This is a repurposed target. I shot on it a little bit with the 45. So he's got some marks up on his head, but we're not really concerned with that. It's from Sportsman's Lodge. My shooting there is where I like to go. Good guys up there, Daniel and Brandon, Seth. All right, so rolling into shooting. I'm gonna kind of talk through it, and there's gonna be 2 videos after this one with no talking for you guys that just wanna watch and you don't like to hear a bunch of jibber jabber. But I'm gonna talk through everything I'm gonna do on this one. All right, so talking about the target real quick. He's a military age male, about my age. He's wearing a hoodie in the middle of the summer, so you know he's up to no good. And then in his hand, he's got a pistol down by his hip. And when we go up on the target, I'll kind of talk through that. But it's like a polymer pistol, judging by the barrel, it looks to be about a 40 or 45 caliber. And he's shooting from the hip. So we're not going to underestimate him because it's all combat mindset, right? So we're going to say that he's very proficient at shooting from the hip because we want to think most deadly course of action, most deadly outcome. We don't want to underestimate him. All right. So because I'm out in the open and he's got a gun and I have this old rickety recurve bow, the first thing that I want to do with that combat mindset to have a positive outcome, granted in a combat environment and real life scenario, I could be doing everything right, but still not come out on top. So the first thing I want to do is I want to drop to a knee, and that's going to give me a lower profile. And then I want to try to take out his shooting arm, okay? It's also called taking the fangs from the cobra, but this is going to disarm him. That way he's no longer in the fight, and then I can put some kill shots in there. So I want to aim for his shooting arm. All right, so that one, not really where I wanted to go. It grazed him probably. His right side, all right, the right side of his head, but we're gonna say he's an experienced shooter, and that didn't really faze him too much because we don't want to underestimate our enemy. So I'm gonna try again for his shoulder or his arm. All right, that one missed as well. So at this point, that could have probably cost me my life, all these misses. I'm really rushing my shots because I want to get some shots down range. So because I rushed those 2, I'm gonna try to put one center mass, just like I did. And then that's going to buy me a little bit more time because I kind of missed with those first 2 shots. So now I got a good center mass shot. I'm going to try to still disarm him. And then that one right there probably disarmed him. I'll probably hit him in his bicep, which is what I was aiming for because I want to take the fangs from the cobra. Always remember that, guys. You want to disarm your opponent. All right, so because I disarmed him now, I'm going to try to, oh, that was his left arm. So now, if he is a strong hand, right hand shooter, I've taken out his left arm so he can't switch arms with his pistol. Okay, so now I bought a little bit more time. I think that might be another miss or another right hand shot. At this point, I'm just wearing out his arms because I really just want to take away his ability to fight. So now that I've hit both arms, I'm going to try to fire some good center mass shot. That was another arm shot. And that last shot I could tell my follow through was off. I didn't follow through well, so I dumped it to the left. So now I'm going to focus on slowing down and follow through. That looked like a nice right breast shot. Maybe perhaps a lung. We're hoping. So then for these last two, I'm going to stand up because I feel more comfortable in the standing and I bought myself some time. Another kind of right lower abdomen. All these are good shots, not necessarily kill shots, but they're good shots. And on this one, I'm going to move in on him. And that was a nice little center mass shot, hopefully in the heart or aorta, something. All right, so let's move down range and talk over that real quick. First, let's talk about our miss, right? Okay, so this one we missed. And as he's looking at us, it would have been his right side, so it was barely just off maybe an inch or so, 2 inches to his right side. So that probably would have flustered him because he's got a maniac slinging arrows at him. But we'll just give him the benefit of the doubt and say he's a seasoned combat veteran, and that didn't faze him at all. Because that's what we always want to do. We always want to give the enemy the benefit of the doubt in a combat mindset. All right, so then let's talk about our hits real quick. We'll go over the disarming hits first. All right, so as you can see, I've put 2 in his bicep. So we'll take those out first, but just kind of move in so you can really see those 2 on the bicep right there. That's really going back to what I was talking about. You want to disarm, take the fangs from the cobra. All right, and then we'll look at this one. It's kind of up in the armpit. On this one, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, okay? I'm going to say that this one slipped through his arm and his torso and maybe passed right through. Maybe got caught up in his hoodie, but we're not going to give that one any significant damage because we're just going to give him the benefit of the doubt. All right, another right here. We hit him in the left shoulder. That's going to definitely take him out of the fight. All right, he's not going to be able to use that offhand. So the first 3 times that I hit him the first times I hit him in his right arm, that right there kind of took him out of the fight. But say he's a real gunslinger, he switches to his left, I hit him in his left shoulder, so now I can't use that one. So now I bought myself some time. If you guys remember, I hit this one good center mass shot right here, which bought me even more time. All right, because biologically speaking, I'm no physician, but biologically speaking, this is about where his heart's at, and his lungs are going to start here and kind of spread out that way. So that's a good heart shot, hopefully. But again, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt, say it didn't hit his heart, but we got into some vital organs, and it definitely took some steam out of his engine, or took the wind out of his sails. Then we'll go down to this disarming shot. As you can see, had I had a broadhead on this, probably would have severed the thumb and completely rendered his ability to employ his pistol altogether. All right, so then we'll look at these 2. All right, we got one right here, definitely good. It's up in that V right there, kind of like toward the right side of his clavicle. Definitely gonna buy us some time and slow him down. Then we go up here. This is all up in the trapezius. There's a lot of arteries that run down along that way, so hopefully we severed some. But we definitely, that definitely is a game changer right there. If I get hit in my clavicle, I don't know if you've ever been hit in your clavicle. I've never been shot with an arrow, but I've been hitting my clavicle and it hurts pretty bad. And lastly, we'll look at this one right here. All right, so we got a headshot. It's more toward the top. This right here is your T-box. This is the triangle of death right here. It bleeds a lot. That's why it bleeds so much when you cut yourself shaving. But so we got our triangle of death, we have our tee box. This one was kind of high, you know, so maybe he could live with that, I don't know, but nonetheless it's a good headshot. I'm happy with it. But the most important thing is that through all this, we maintained a combat mindset and we disarmed him, and I still was able to get the arrows off at a good rate. Okay, this is the first part of the video in kind of the 3-part series. I'm gonna do 2 more videos where I'm not talking at all, I'm just shooting, and that's for y'all that don't like to hear a bunch of talking. You just want to hear some shooting. So again, I've enjoyed it, I hope you enjoyed it. Just a little bit of playing around the backyard, the recurve, but trying to instill a combat mindset. It doesn't matter if you got a recurve bow or a butter knife or a pencil. It doesn't matter. It's all about the person who's wielding it and holding it and having that combat mindset. So again, my name's CW Hope, my first YouTube video ever. Hope you all enjoyed it. Stand by for the next 2. All right.